Hello and a very warm welcome to tonight's live Karatbars presentation. My name is Brian McGinty. I'm speaking to you here from my office in Ireland. Now, what's this video all about? If you're brand new, that's fine. This video is provided, this presentation is provided every single week to show our company to brand new prospects, to brand new business partners around the world. So it's provided for our existing business partners in the company. Obviously, we can't be everywhere. As a company, we operate in 120 countries. So this live presentation every single week is a way for you to get to know me, get to know the company and find out a bit more about us. I'm going to give you some really amazing facts. So even if you decide not to do anything with Karatbars, some of the stuff I'm going to tell you about tonight is going to be really interesting, such as why euros and dollars are not actually money. That sounds a bit mad, but they're not actually money. I'm going to show you why. The first 20 minutes is going to be specifically for customers. So if you want to become a Karatbars customer, then I'm going to show you how you can open a free account, and then I'm going to show you how you can earn some free gold as well, and that's just for customers. The next part then is for business partners, so that'll last another 20 minutes, so we're up to 40 minutes altogether. I'm going to show you how it works to become a business partner. I'm going to show you how easy it is to earn money with the company. And I'm going to give you an example of how you can earn £6,000, that's about $8,000 or 7,000 euros per month in residual income. At the end of that, if you're still happy, I'll answer some questions. So if you've got some questions, you can just pop them into the little chat box and we'll do that at the very end. So altogether, we're talking around about 60 minutes. So 20 for customers, 20 for business partners, and then 10, 15 minutes for the questions at the end. What I'm not going to do is we're not collecting your emails, okay? The reason this presentation isn't 3 minutes, we did 3-minute presentations and 10-minute presentations. The only result of those is that you end up on the phone then for 2 hours asking us the same questions over and over again. So we want to give you all the information, and it takes 40 minutes to do that. So at the end, you can say, yes, I want to be a customer, yes, I want to be a business partner, or no, I'm not interested in either. So no collecting emails. We're not going to send you out autoresponder messages. I'm going to give you all the information you need right now so you can make an informed decision on whether you want involved with this company or not. So a little bit of background on myself. I've been in sales for over 20 years, direct selling companies. I started off in retail. In 2013, I lost my business. I had a business in Portugal. I had a golf academy, a driving range, and a restaurant, through no fault of our own. But I was 36 then, and I didn't have any savings, and I didn't have any other income. So I was depending completely on my business, and I was spending money as if it was never going to stop being earned. So I didn't have any savings either. That learned me a very valuable lesson. And I know people watching this video tonight may have been in the same circumstance at different times of their life. That's how I came into Karatbars. Now in 2013 as well, my mother was diagnosed with dementia. My friend Pete had a heart problem. Both of those have since died since they became ill at that time. And my fiance Emma, who's in the picture at the bottom there, she was working as a missionary over in Africa. And she got malaria over there, she got ME, and she was extremely ill as well. So everybody close to me, right around me, was ill. I'd lost my business, I had no savings, I had no income. To say I was broke and at a very low point is probably a bit of an understatement. I literally had nothing left at all. I had nowhere to live or anything. I was living in Portugal, away from my family, and luckily a friend who I had worked with previously in the UK rang me up and said, Brian, would you be interested in taking a look at a presentation? It's about 40 minutes long. That is really all he said to me, and watching that presentation has completely changed my life ever since. And that's really what Karatbars can do for people. Only 49 months later, in 2017, I got married, and we now have 3 children. You can see Emily and Bryony there in the picture. We're very close to having 4. My wife's 39 weeks pregnant, so if there's a knock at the door and I have to go, that's exactly why. It's the only reason I'll be leaving you tonight. I have now savings, I have security in the form of gold, I have 3 paid holidays that the company pay for every year. For example, last year we went to Beverly Hills for 9 days. January this year we went to the Caribbean, so I was there for a week. And I've just come back from a week in Germany as well. As well as that, Karatbars has given me something which is more important, and that's a residual income. That's an income every single week, every single month, regardless to whether I'm well or not well or a family member's sick. So that I never have to go back to 2013 again, and I'm not depending on one thing for all my income. What also it's given me is this time freedom as well, and I'll explain more about that as we go on. But that's really what Karatbars International has done for me. Now, before I tell you a little bit about the company, I need to explain something. I was telling you about amazing facts at the start, and this is something that 99% of people don't know. What is money? People never think about it. People think, right, I go to school to get an education, go to university to get a good job, you get a good job, and the whole point of all of this is to earn more money. But people never stop to think what money actually is. What people think of money is like this dollar note, or this £10 sterling, or this €20 note, and people would generally tend to think of that as money. Now, how did we ever come to have that? Well, if we go right back to prehistory, people used to barter chickens and cows and eggs and things like that. But as you can see in the picture there, it becomes difficult if you've got a cow and you want some eggs, and the cow's too much for the eggs. And this is how money came into existence in the first place. It needed to be a medium of exchange so people could trade something that they have or something they could make for something else that they needed. And that's really what money's all about. The evolution of money then, we started off with property, if you like, cows and sheep. Then gold, precious metals. Then it turned into coins. Then we started to refine the money so that it became in the form of coins. And more recently, paper or money has turned into what we now call paper notes. And the most recent thing is obviously the credit cards as well. So that's really been the evolution of money in modern times as we know it over the past couple of thousand years. But if we take a look at the definition of money, and this is the most important thing I'm going to tell you about tonight, the definition of money compared to the definition of currency. What I'm going to show you now is that this isn't actually money, but this is actually currency, and here's why. Yes, this is a medium of exchange, okay? Yes, it's a unit of account. You can see this in the chart on the screen. Yes, it's portable. I can carry this with me to different countries. Yes, it's long-lasting to a certain extent. I think 2013 this was made, so it's 4 years old. It's long-lasting. It's mutually interchangeable, i.e., this £5 note here is the same as this one, so they're mutually interchangeable, okay? They're both the same. I can swap it for someone else's and they're the same thing. Now, where these stop being money is that they don't store value. What do I mean by that? Well, if we take a look at the original money, this is a silver Britannia coin, okay? This is made out of silver, okay? Here's a Britannia gold coin, so these are silver and gold coins here. And you compare that to our new coins which we use, which are color of gold and silver, but they aren't actually gold and silver. All right, I'll come to that in a little minute. But these don't store value because inflation's eating away at them all the time. The inflation is just the value of goods and services going up every year. So what you need is you need more and more of these every single year to buy the same goods and services. Gold and silver have always stored value. So if you earned some silver or you earned some gold and you wanted to go and spend that again, because there was no interest and there was no inflation in that, you could earn, let's say for example you worked at McDonald's, you earned let's say €1,000 in a month at McDonald's. You get that money, you should be able to keep that money and go and spend it in 3 years' time and get the equivalent goods and services as the day that you actually earned it. So if we take all this into account, paper money, if you like, dollars, euros, are fiat currency. They're not actually money. So euro, dollars, bitcoins, yen are all based on fiat. And that's the difference really between currency and money. So how did we get from gold and silver to this paper money? Well, if we take a look through history, people have always had the gold and silver, so the power was always with the people. If we go right through all the different civilizations there, right up to the British Empire, you can see that gold and silver have always been money. So it stood the test of time as a form of money because it fills all those definitions. If we take a look over the past 100 years, you can see we've gone from the silver and gold to this paper money, which again is just printed paper. So what has happened in the past 100 years? Where did all the gold and silver go? This is the most interesting thing that I learned from Karatbars, from the first time I saw this video. The reason all the people had the gold and silver to begin with, the banks in the 17th and 18th centuries said to the people, you give us your gold and silver, we'll put it into the bank and we'll give you a note. Okay, this is why they're called a note. It's a promissory note. And on those notes, we will only print as many of these notes as we have gold and silver in the vault. So if we take some of your silver from you, then we will print a note to the value of that. If we take some gold from you, we will print a note to the value of that. So there's always the same amount of gold and silver in the vault as paper money flying around. That's a fair system. That seemed really, really sensible. It meant that people didn't have to worry about having the gold and silver in their possession. You can see in the early notes, there's a $100 note on the screen, and $100 in gold coin payable to the bearer on demand. That means that you're the bearer, so you on demand, you go in with your note and you get your gold and silver back. That's how the system was meant to work. That's how it was sold to the public, and that's where we should be today, but we're not. So 1 gold coin equals a note, 20 gold coins equals a 20 gold coin note. That's how we come to have paper. And then banks then would charge you interest for looking after your gold in the vault. The thing, as I said before, is there should never have been more notes than gold. So where has all that changed? Well, it's very easy to pinpoint that time. Where that changed was 1971. That's whenever President Nixon decided to, he said, temporarily suspend the convertibility of gold into the dollar. What that basically meant in plain English to the rest of us is that for the first time they were able to print more notes than there was gold in the vault. Okay, so if you can print your own money now and print as many of these as you like, that devalues the amount of these that you actually have. You can see on the screen there, in the first 3 minutes of me talking in this video, $6.4 million in cash was printed, because it's just able to be printed completely out of thin air. Really is the biggest scam on earth when you think about it, because banks are charging us interest on absolutely nothing, because this has been printed. If we take a look at, for example, over the past number of years, the US government, or the United States government, has done QE1, QE2, QE3, and you can see on the screen there the amount of paper notes that's actually in circulation. If you have one Ferrari car, it's worth a certain amount of money. If you've got millions of those Ferrari cars, the value of them drops. That's the exact same thing whenever you print paper money. That's the easiest way for me to explain it. If today the gold to dollar ratio was the same, in 1971 there was $40 for every ounce of gold that was available. Right now, today, it's over $6,700 that's in circulation for every ounce of gold that's actually out there. So you can see the inflation in that. On top of that, all currencies go to zero. And again, I didn't know this 4 years ago, but every single paper money system that has been invented has always gone to zero, because whoever's printing it prints so many that eventually the public lose faith in it, and it's not worth anything at all. And this happens, it's hyperinflation. And it happens in different countries. It's happened in 25 countries since 1970. Since the 15th century, 609 currencies are no longer in circulation because of this. Now, on top of that, of course, the banks don't want me to have gold. They don't want you to have gold. And banks will always tell you that gold's bad. Stay away from it. It's rubbish. I know, for example, in the past 2 years, Goldman Sachs and Merrill Lynch have bought over 7 tons worth of gold themselves. You can look up this information yourself on the internet. So if you were to be saving your money in gold rather than paper, how would that make a difference? Let's take a look at the chart on the screen. You can look these up yourself on goldprice.org, but I like to deal in facts. 2001, if we take a look in the top left there, US dollar devalued, if you like, against gold by 2%. That meant that the gold looked like it went up 2% against the dollar. Whenever we know now that it's actually printing more of these causes them to be worth less. If we take a look at an average right down through the years, go to the very bottom, you can see that if you'd been saving gold since 2001, then on average, gold has increased against the dollar 10.7%. Take a look, if you scroll across to euros, scroll down in euros, we can see there that it has averaged 10% a year against gold. If we take a look at pound, we can see that it's 12.3% every year. So people are still saving in paper money, but if they had been saving in gold over the same period of time, you could see that return there would be 12.3% a year. And that's just over the past 15 years alone. If we take a look at the chart on the right, which is even more scary, this is inflation. This is the rate that inflation is going up every year. In 2001, if you had £100, so that's 100 of these, if you had £100 in 2001, you would now need £152 to buy the same goods and services as you normally would. So just to break this down into a single sentence, you're taking your money, you're putting it into a bank. Okay, the bank is giving you less than 1% interest on your savings, maybe a little bit more if you're lucky. The bank is going buying gold with it. The bank then gets at least, what, 12% a year since 2001 and gives you 1%. Isn't that a great system? Isn't it any wonder the public are scaring people away from gold? Is it any wonder all the media are telling people to stay away from gold? Well, there's the facts there on the screen. That's the difference between saving on gold and saving in paper money. Printing currency, as I said, governments are able to do this. The US government, the British government's able to do it. Unfortunately, the Greek government weren't able to do it 2 years ago, and they don't have their own printing press, and their economy nearly collapsed. And then, of course, they're getting bailouts of printed money, which is just, again, paper money printed in thin air from the European Central Bank. If you look at the picture on the bottom there, you can see the Queen walking around the Bank of England, because that's where all the gold is. Now, a last little point on that as well, and this is just to hammer home how important having some gold and silver is. I keep some gold and silver at home for this exact reason. What if your bank account was hacked tomorrow? What if your bank server was hacked and all accounts went to zero? Okay, do you have enough cash, or do you have enough gold and silver in your home to buy you goods and services for the next month? We know, for example, in Greece, I have customers in Greece, some of them might be in this video tonight, might be watching this presentation, they had hundreds of thousands of euros in their bank, and then suddenly the bank stores were closed. This happened a couple of years ago inside the European Union. And then they were limited to the amount of money that they could take out of their ATMs every month. That's your money that you can't get access to through capital controls. It's happened in the UK, it's happened in Greece, and these things could happen again. People have car insurance, they have home insurance, but they don't have any money insurance. And that's really what we're talking about here at Karatbars International. Now, considering what I've just talked to you about, do you think it's better to have all your money in cash, or do you think it's sensible to have some gold? And that's really all we're talking about here at Karatbars International, is giving people the opportunity to have their own gold for the first time. So if this is the facts, if this is true, Brian, what you're saying, and you can look up everything I've just talked about on this video if you want, but why does everybody not have gold then? Well, here's basically the reason why. 99% of people own zero gold. My personal opinion is it's because banks and governments work together. The governments then write the curriculum in the schools. And the schools are all geared toward training us to get into debt. I said at the start of this, we go to school to get a job, to get a car on hire purchase, to get a mortgage. It's just debt, 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 debt all the way to death. Even a mortgage is called a mortgage. The word actually comes from death. So 99% of people own zero gold because it's been taken out of our education system. If we take a look at 1968, 5% of the population had gold. Right now in 2017, it's less than 0.01% of the population. If I talk to someone about gold today, they'll say, I didn't know gold was money. It's too expensive. Where would I buy it? Where would I store it? What would I do with it? How would I know what I'm buying? How would I turn it back into cash? If you're a Karatbars business partner, you will be asked these questions every single day. And this is why we have this presentation, because these are the questions that people have. People don't know that gold is money. So very much what we're doing here is we're trying to educate people, first of all. The other thing is people don't understand how much gold costs. If you go to the internet now and type in how much is gold, this is what's going to come up on your screen. The spot price of gold comes up on the screen. And because people don't have gold and they've never bought gold, they assume the spot price is the actual price. Spot price, in effect, is actually the price that gold is priced on the markets. It's paper gold, it's not physical gold. This is paper, and this is a piece of gold. This is paper gold, digital gold sold on the markets. If you go to any of the markets today and you buy some gold on the markets, if you want to get that gold delivered, you have to buy 3,100 grams, 100 troy ounces. All right. The reason for that is because the traders, and this might sound crazy, but again, it's completely true. It's called fractional reserve system. Traders are allowed to trade more gold than they actually have. So if they have one piece of gold, for example, then they're allowed to trade over 300 times the amount of gold they have. So if you buy gold on the markets, you're buying paper gold, you're not buying physical gold. If you want it delivered, you have to buy 3,100 ounces to get that price. 3,100 ounces, or 3,100 grams, sorry, works out at 100 troy ounces, which works out about 100,000 euros. That's how much it would cost you to get that gold delivered. Now, this is completely legal. Governments allow traders to do this, and this is why we have this big bubble. If you think for every bar that's in a vault, 300 are traded. If somebody goes and asks for if everybody goes and wants their gold at the one time, there's only one person getting a bar of gold. The other 299 aren't getting anything because it doesn't physically exist, and this is allowed to happen. So let's take a look at 24 karat gold, pure gold, and physical gold. Okay, so we're going to talk about physical gold now, not spot price. So if anybody ever mentions spot price to you, tell them that's not reality unless you've got 100 grand to spend. So we forget about spot price. Okay, it's for speculators. It's not delivered under the 3,100 grams. But again, it's at 35 euros per gram. If you want to buy physical gold, you can go to a website such as Bullion by Post. There are many of them out there at the moment. And now whenever you start to look at 24 karat gold, we have 999.1, 999.5, and 999.9. Okay, so there's different grades within the 24 karat gold category. 999.9 from an LBMA accredited refinery, you're looking at around about 42 euros per gram. All right. If you want it from 999.9 from an LBMA accredited refinery with a certificate with a serial number, again, Bullion by Post do that, and you're looking at around about 57 euros for a gram. Now, what does that look like? This is what it looks like here, because again, I like to dig in facts, so I've gone to the website and I've bought some myself. So you get a little piece of gold that comes inside a petri dish, or petri dish, as you like to call it in the United States, and this is what it looks like here. So that's what you get for your 52 euros, or 57 euros, which is around about 52 pounds. If you want 999.9 from an LBMA accredited refinery with a certificate, with a serial number, and with a hologram as well, extra security again, you're looking at around about 70 euros for one of those. So if you want to look up swissgold.com, you can see a Kenny bar on there, costs 70 euros today. So why are these features important? Why do you pay more for features whenever you're buying gold? Well, really, it's not about buying gold, it's about selling it again. And the reason why these features are so important is because of this. The market is flooded with fake gold. If anyone has, if you know anybody who actually buys gold, again, this is only 0.01% of the population, but if you find somebody that buys gold, they will be able to tell you how much fake gold is actually out there. It's tungsten normally, which is the same weight as gold, and it's covered in 24 karat gold leaf. So even if you do test it, it comes up as real gold, but inside there, you've got tungsten. And this is happening all over the world right now. So what's the solution to this? Well, the solution to that is Karatbars International, and that's what we do. The company was started in 2011 by Mr. Harold Seitz, so you can see on the screen there. It's a private company, it's debt-free. We now have over 500,000 accounts from 121 countries. We just added Bulgaria this year. To give you an idea, when I started with the company 3 years ago, we're in 57 countries, so we're growing all the time. We're in the top 2% of companies in Germany in terms of credit scoring. Harold Seitz himself is a senator of the BWA, which is the German Overseas Trade Association, and he speaks at various organizations and goes on various trade missions around the world, and I'll show you some of those in a second. Harold's mission is very, very simple. 99% of the population don't have any gold. Everybody's in debt. If we can get people to get some gold into their hand again, we can free people from debt. His mission there, as you can see, is to produce the highest quality of gold available in the market, make it easily accessible to the masses of honest people around the world at a price point everyone can afford. And that's really the key to what we do. His goal is to that Karatbars helps millions find financial freedom from the current system of debt. So we really are on a mission here to increase the amount of gold that people actually have. So let's talk about Karatbars Gold now for a second. Okay, so I showed you the little one from Bullion by Post. That's what you get for your money. So let's imagine you go now and you buy a gram of gold from Karatbars. There's the difference here. Okay, Karatbars Gold itself comes from an LBMA accredited refinery. There's only around about 70 of these refineries in the world. We sell from 0.1 gram to 5 gram weights, so it's affordable, small weights. We have this is the 2.5 gram one here. Okay, you can see the gold's a little bit bigger in there, 2.5 times bigger as it goes. And here's the 5 gram here. So there's your 3 different carats. All right. The Karatbars logo is embedded into the gold during the manufacturing process, which you should be able to see there. It's 24 karat, it's 999.9. Again, it's not 999.5 as some other companies do. In the small print, check these things. The certificate of authenticity is here on the back of the card. Okay, we've got our hologram here, which is the same as the Kenny bars, which are 70 euros a gram, remember. It's sealed into this credit card size durable plastic card, all right, which looks fantastic apart from anything else. Fits in your wallet nicely, again, which is good for marketing. It's got its own DNA security feature, which makes it completely fraud proof. What does that mean? There's a coating on here. On that coating, there's a little machine that you run the machine over the top of the card and it beeps. The machine and the liquid coating that's on here, the DNA biomarker, if you like, is completely unique to Karatbars. So this cannot be frauded, if you like. On top of that, we have blacklight technology, so if you go into a shop, I'll tell you why you want to do that in a second, but you can run this under a scanner and it comes up under the black light as well. The important thing I'll say to you is there's lots of gold companies starting up at the moment. We've been running since 2011 and we've been delivering without issue since 2011 into now 121 countries. So that tells you a lot about the company and what we do. I've never had any customers in all the time that I've been with the company be upset with the gold that they got delivered or wanted to return it. So that says a lot just from my own customer base. We do offer as well free storage, so you don't have to keep it in your home. All right, you can keep it in Germany for as long as you like. If you want a delivery, you just go to the website, you click delivery, you pay €13.50 inside Europe, €18.50 outside Europe, and you get a FedEx delivered to your home. You get an email from FedEx, you can track it right to your door. This is really simple, easy way for people to buy gold and buy it in an affordable way and safe, and that's the problem. That's the big thing. It's really, really simple. You can register for free now after you've watched this video. Get back to your sponsor. There are no monthly fees, there's no subscriptions, there's no hidden charges. There are loads of gold websites out there who put on nice prices of a gram on the homepage of the website. Once you get in through there, you'll see there's extra fees, extra charges, storage fees, minimum orders, all these sorts of things. Karatbars don't have any minimum orders. If you want to buy a 0.1 gram today for €7, you can do that. Okay, if you want to buy 1 gram a year, you can do that. It's entirely flexible and up to you. Free storage again in Germany, and you've got your FedEx delivery. You can see there, that's some pictures of the office. You can see all the FedEx boxes going out. That's 3 weeks ago I took that picture. I was over in Germany. You can see the gold there. I was putting one of the little grams into the card, and on the right there you can see the cash gold machine. And I'm going to talk to you about the cash gold in a second. Now, what we need to do is, obviously, if less than 1% of the population have gold, we need to get gold back into the hands of the population. We've got some clever ways of doing that, of reintroducing it to people. We have these little thank you cards, which cost €10 each, which make a lovely little present if you want to buy someone one of those. If you're anybody expecting a baby, we do these little series of packs of 6 and packs of 12, which you can put into a little book. So again, this introduces people to saving and gold. We have various country cards. That's one for the UK there, one for Ireland. There's a wide range of products there within the website again. We have birthday cards, celebration gifts. There's a nice little box with congratulations on it. There's a little card in there. So if you know someone maybe graduating or something like that, there's a nice little gift to give them. The whole idea in all these products is really to get gold back into the hands of the people again. We can do personalized cards again, so you can put any design onto one of the cards you like. So if you want to upload a picture, you can do that. And we also have our Karatbars business cards as well. So this is my Karatbars business card. Again, they cost €10 each, so you don't just throw them out to everybody, but €10 each. The person will never ever throw away that business card. Once you give that to them, they'll put it in their wallet, and you've done something for that person because you've given them a piece of gold as well. We have existing partnerships. As I said, we're not a new company, and you can see some of them on the screen there. Benfica, Pope John Paul commemoration card. We work with Martina Slavakova, who's the current Olympic gold medalist in speed skating. That's her card there, as you can see on the screen. And we work with various different organizations and agencies. You can see these on the website yourself. We have our own Karatbars race team. I love that Karatbars motorbike. We have our own Karatbars lorry and bikes. You can see this, and we work with MotoGP. Where's the MotoGP card there? I've got all these cards, by the way. So over the years since I started with the company, I've built up my own range of products. So every time I buy a product, I'm also getting my gram of gold inside it as well. So I'm adding to security for my future. Most recently, we've started working with the Automobile Club de Monaco. You'll know about the Monaco Grand Prix. Again, lovely card. We do work with charities, and we're looking to work with more charities as well. So if you've got any connections with charities, please do get in touch with us and let us know. You can see Harold there with Sharon Stone at the Peace, Justice and Security Gala. He does get around to major events. We're working with, you can see in the top there, Voices of Africa. It's a charity in Tanzania where my wife worked. So if someone buys one of those, the donation goes to that charity. We also have our own in-house charity, which is our World of Charity card, which is around there. Here we go, around there somewhere. So again, these are just little cards. You can fill in your username. You can give these out to people. It's just a nice gift, okay? They cost €10, yes, but it's a nice gift to give out to people. And again, we're spreading the word about Karatbars. We're telling people that gold ownership is an option for them. There's Martina, or Monica Quigg there, who's the current gold medalist in tennis. Again, this is the collector's card. And it was what somebody in my organization was involved in bringing that person on board. You can create your own card, as I said, put any design you want in them. You just send them the video or the photographs or the images into the branding card department. They'll design that for you, and whenever you're happy with the proof, they'll create your card. Loads of possibilities here. Again, this is all about getting gold into the hands of the people. That's what the product range is about, because ultimately we want people to start saving in gold again. All our deliveries are done from FedEx. All our payments are done through Mastercard. Whenever I started with Karatbars, we only had 2 partnerships. We only had Mastercard and we only had FedEx, and that was good enough for me. Whenever I was interested in the company, I thought, well, Mastercard and FedEx have far better lawyers and far better due diligence than I could do, and I was happy to become involved with the company even at that time just with those partnerships, but we have many more now. Now there is, with Karatbars, you can buy more and pay less. I'm just going to show you this cash gold here for a second. This is our notes, and here we have a 0.1 gram cash gold, and inside that note there you can see that there's 0.1 gram of gold. The 0.2 is the green one. Then we have the 0.4 here, and then we have 0.6. So again, take a look at the 0.6. So on this note, again, you've got your serial number on there. You've got the Karatbars stamp and the gold itself. And this is our new payment system, which is going to be available for shops and businesses around the world to accept. But the 0.1 gram cash gold, just to carry on with this example, is about €7 today, so you can buy one of those. If you want to buy a 1 gram card today, it works out about €54 per gram with your discount. Okay, we get a 3% discount. If you want to buy a 2.5 gram card, obviously if you buy something in a bigger quantity, you get a better price. just like the spot price example earlier. So 2.5 gram works out about 50 euros per gram. So remember these, 54.50. And then if you buy the 5 gram cards, then you get it for 46 euros per gram. So the more you buy of Karatbars, the bigger product you buy, then obviously the price comes down, because the manufacturing costs and everything are the same for a 1 gram as they are for a 5. But you're getting more gold within that card. So for people in maybe poorer countries or people who don't have a lot of income, they'll at least be saving something in cash gold. I have customers who save 1 gram of gold every month, some 2 grams of gold every month. I also have bigger buyers who will buy maybe 10,000, 20,000, 30,000 euros at a time, but generally they will buy the 5 gram cards because they're getting the best price per gram then as well. The reason bigger buyers buy from Karatbars International, obviously if you're buying a 5 gram card from us, you could get a better price if you're buying a kilo, so we know that. But the thing about it is, if you've got a kilo, then you need to sell a kilo. A kilo is over 30,000 euros today. And if you needed to sell a kilo today, you have to find a specific buyer for that. But if you've got some Karatbars and you just wanted to pay somebody 1,000 euros, you could just give them 5 of these. So that's really important. It's also important from a security point of view. I always ask my larger buyers why they use Karatbars, and they tell me that they can split it up so they could leave 5 in one property, 10 in another property, and from a security point of view, they feel safer about not losing their gold as well. Now here's a little offer that I'm putting out there. This is to people in my organization. This is not a Karatbars International offer, but I've researched so many companies over the years. People have told me about all these other companies out there who are selling gold. They tell me about these prices. I go to the website, I try and buy the gold, and ultimately every time there's a catch there. There's minimum orders, there's subscriptions, the gold is 999.5. There's always something before we get to the true price. What I say to people is, if anyone can buy and have delivered the same grade of gold and the same weights with the same features as Karatbars for a lower price, I will send them 10 grams of my own Karatbars gold. So that's 2 of these 5 gram cards. Now I started saying that about a year and a half ago, and I've not lost these 2 cards yet. So I'm quite confident in the fact that it doesn't matter what other website you go to, you cannot buy the same grade of gold with the same security features at a better price. And I'm very confident to say that. Now, when I say features, it's not 0.1 to 5 gram weights, 999.9 purity from an LBMA accredited refinery. The gold must be stamped, must have a serial number, blacklight technology, certificate of authenticity, hologram, DNA security coding. The company must offer you a free account, no subscriptions or hidden charges, no minimum orders, free storage, insured and tracked delivery, a guaranteed buyback price, and you must be able to pay others pay others and buy goods and services with it. As I said, this offer is made by me and not Karatbars International, but it just shows you the faith that I have that for the product we sell, you cannot buy the same product at a better price. Now, I just mentioned there paying others with Karatbars gold, and this really completes the circle of what we're trying to do. Lots of people out there like me now have cash gold, and this is our cash gold notes here. For example, I've built up my collection of my own gold, so I've got my 5 gram cards and my 1 grams that I've built up my own collection. What if I wanted to go and buy goods and services? Well, Karatbars International are giving people the opportunity to do that. You can now, from last month, K exchanges are now open. A K exchange is simply a shop that will allow you to walk in with your cash gold and pay for goods and services. So if I wanted to go and buy a pair of shoes, I simply go to the Karatbars K exchange website. I look for a shoe shop that's selling shoes, and then I can pay them with my Karatbars gold. This is really the vision of the company, that people will start trading again in gold and silver like we did prior to paper money coming into circulation about 100 years ago. On top of that, the app will be released shortly. So it's important now if people get started now before the app is released, but whenever the app is released, you will be able to go into a shop, you will be able to buy something in that shop, and that shopkeeper will be able to give you gold back on your card. Now imagine that. Shopkeeper, you walk into the shop, the shopkeeper says, well, if you download the Karatbars app, then I'll give you, rather than giving cash back, he can give that customer gold back onto their account. And this is going to be huge for the company. It's going to really explode our company as well. So cash gold is already available. The KaratPay website is already available. You can buy cash gold now and you can transfer it to someone else. If you're watching this video tonight and I wanted to pay you 100 euros in cash gold, I simply would need your wallet number and I can transfer my cash gold from my account to yours. People out there are talking about Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. Cryptocurrencies are outside the banking system, yes. But cryptocurrencies are, at the end of the day, backed by fresh air, literally fresh air, electrical pulses. Imagine a payment system that's outside the banking system, which is what we have. It's called KaratPay. It's available now, but this time it's backed by real gold, real 24 karat 999.9 gold. Whenever the Bitcoin people and cryptocurrency people see what we're doing, Karatbars International, there's going to be an awful flood of people coming to Karatbars going the other way. Now, what I will say to you is we do give people the opportunity on our website to turn their Bitcoin into Karatbars Gold as well, so you can do that. Now, people always ask, what can I do with my gold? Well, we know now that you can keep it. That's what we're talking about here, is for retirement or legacy. If I'm going to keep as much gold as I can, I'm going to keep saving in gold. If I don't need it, then I can pass it on to my 4 children. That's the idea. We pass on to the next generation that legacy, and we give them security as well. If I don't need it myself, I can sell it on to another partner, another business partner, or customer, because it's my gold. I can transfer it via Karatpay. I can use it in key exchanges. I can sell it privately. I can put my gold on eBay now. If I needed to sell it, I'd sell it quite quickly. I've actually sold a 1 gram card on eBay, and I got more for it than it cost me with Karatbars. Somebody in Italy paid me £60 for it. All right. So that's what the open market will pay you again for a Karatbar. The reason people will pay more for a Karatbar is because of all the security features. Again, as I said before, it's not about buying. You can buy this cheaper than you can buy a Karatbar by about £2. But again, it's whenever you come to sell it again, how can you prove that is what it is? On top of that, you can turn your Karatbars back into cash in any country in the world. Why? Because gold is something that's accepted in every single country on earth. The important question people should be asking me, but they don't, is what should I be doing with my currency? What should you be doing with your dollars or your pounds or your euro notes? The longer you keep these, inflation is eating away at them. In the UK today, inflation is running at 2.7%. So this is worth 2.7% less next year just by simply holding on to it. All right. I know that I changed this into this, and I know this has been returning against sterling an average 12% a year. So sterling has been going down against the rate of my gold 12% every single year for the past 16 years. What people should be concerned about is what they're doing with this currency, and not what they should be doing with the gold. We have some special customer offers as well. We have 3% discount codes, €100 discount codes. We give you access to our fast start guide, and we give you free 7-day support and advice. So if you've got any questions, just ask us and we'll help you with that. If you want to become a customer now and check out all our products, it's really easy. Just register. Your account's free for life, so we don't charge anyone for opening an account. If your bank said to you, do you want a free gold savings account, you'd probably go yes, yes, yes. What we're doing is we're just offering you exactly the same thing. You need to upload your KYC, which is Know Your Customer document. So upload a copy of driving license or passport. Place your first order. It takes seconds. Even if you just buy, I don't know, a birthday card or congratulations card, wait for the delivery to come, see what the product's like, and if you're happy with the product, then you can start up your savings account after that. Once you've placed your order, wait for your FedEx delivery. You'll get an email from head office telling you that it's on its way, and then you just wait for that delivery to come. And as I said, I've never had a customer, and over 12,000 customers now in my organization, I've never had one customer want to return their gold yet. That's how beautiful the products are whenever you see them. If you were sitting here now, you would see that for yourself, because they're all over my desk. So let me move quickly on to part 2 about becoming a business partner. If you're interested in selling our products, if you're interested in helping people turn their money into, turning their currency into money, into real gold, then you can become a Karatbars business partner. The one thing I'll say is that Karatbars is a business. This is not a scheme. It's not some sort of online hocus pocus thing. We're actually selling products. We offer you the business for free. I'll show you how that works in a second, or you can pay a one-off payment and get some marketing materials, and I'll show you how those work as well. You can do the business online or offline. Because my wife's ill, she's been long-term ill with ME, as I said earlier, I have to do the business online. I have no choice of going out into the world and doing this offline, but many people do. Many people just share it with their family and friends and build their business that way. You can earn an unlimited income, because every time someone turns some currency into gold, then you can earn some commission on that. You're the boss as well, so you decide. I'm not going to tell you what to do. Your sponsor's not going to tell you what to do. Karatbars are not going to tell you what to do. We'll show you the way, and then it's entirely up to yourself then how you build your own business. You're for yourself completely, working for yourself, so you decide what days you want off. I take the sunny days off here in Ireland, few and far between, but that's what I do. I take the sunny days off, and I can work when I want to work. Now you can decide how you want to play this. If you become a business partner, you can help us find more business partners. We need them desperately to help us find more customers. That's just a logical thing. Where we need to get more people set up on savings plans, so you might want to focus on just helping people do that. I'll show you an example of how you can earn money with that in a second. If you're a business-to-business salesperson and you think you'd be good at going into shops, then we can train you on how to do that. So you're a professional person going in there to the shops. Maybe you're good with downloads and that type of thing. Maybe you'll want to promote Karatpay. I know some people in Karatbars focus solely on churches because, again, churches, we're just helping people save. Churches, charities, non-profits, we can help those. That might be your niche. If you want to focus on maybe branded or business cards, you could just maybe go around car dealerships and do that. It's entirely up to yourself. You can do a combination of either, but from that you should see something that might fit you. You might be a sporty person, you might be a business person, but really it's open to everybody. Even just, I have customers and I have business partners who are single mums with children, and they help people set up savings plans, mums that they meet on a weekly basis, that sort of thing. So entirely flexible, and it's open for everybody from 18 years old can become a business partner. So don't let anything stop you in doing that. What I'm going to talk about in this presentation is how you can make money now from inviting more business partners and from saving plans as well, because that's the main thing in what we do. It's really simple. You can earn up to 6% on all the gold that you sell. All right, it's really easy. You can earn up to 25% on other products that you sell. All right, so that's really, really simple. It's really straightforward. All right, you actually make money. It's a very simple business as well. You promote a presentation. You don't have to become an expert in gold. You don't have to learn all the stuff that I've just talked about. All you have to do is ask people to watch this video or watch this presentation, and it's live every week. We also have live presentations every single day of the week as well at different times. So there's always something there in a time zone to suit yourself. The customer then registers and buys from the website, so they might just buy, I don't know, a birthday card, for example. Karatbars will do the delivery and do the customer support, and then Karatbars will pay you onto the Karatbars Mastercard, and commissions are paid every single week, and also on the 1st of each month as well. There's the gold commissions are paid on the 1st of each month. So in effect, we're paid 5 times a week. It's a really simple business. The great thing about it is, once you set your customers up once, then you're getting paid every time that customer makes a purchase. If someone's on a savings plan, and they're saving 5 grams of gold every month, you only have to do the work once. You only have to tell them about it once, and then you get paid every single week. That's the great thing about residual income. If I, God forbid, if something happened to me today and I got hit by a bus and was in a coma for a month, then I would still be getting paid every single week because my Karatbars business keeps going. There's no cost to start the business. I said this already. No fees, no subscriptions, no forced purchases, and no hidden charges. You give your own shop, your own landing page, digital brochures, your own presentation to use, and your own replicated Karatbars website. This is all for free. We do have business packages. Again, business packages contain brochures, which I have some here. Inside the business packages, these are really for people who are working offline as well. So if you want to go and talk to garages, for example, we have brochures with all the branded cards and everything in there. So inside the packages, I'll just talk about one of them. You can see these all inside the website. You can see the prices. Inside a VIP, you get 1.1 gram cash gold. You get a VIP pin, which you can put in your shirt. Bonus cards, discount cards, classic Karatbars, image brochures, gold brochures, K-exchange brochures, branding card brochures, presentation, and a compensation plan. These are all the tools that you will need to go out and be an effective business partner. We also have 2 premium packages, and these contain more products, so they cost more money. The amount of the cost of the packages is always equal to the value of, or less than the value of the products that's actually inside the pack. And the premium packages, for example, we just had someone today bought a premium professional package in the United States. 30 cash gold, 70 profit cards, 3D cards, classic Karatbars. There's sunglasses in there. There's this nice watch, which people seem to like. You can choose the watch. Again, it's all stamped with Karatbars. You can see there. Inside there, you've got the watch, or you can choose the Montblanc pen. So I've got both of them there. So beautiful products. Again, sunglasses are great. I can't find mine at the moment, but really nice products, and it's giving you all the tools that you can go out as a professional person and you can promote the company and show people what we actually do. Now the prices in the website, you can see these for yourself. They might be slightly different depending on exchange rates, but $133 for the bronze package. So again, the bronze package is giving you some cash gold, it's giving you some brochures for a one-off payment of $133, 125 euros. It's not much for a business, is it? One-off purchase, value exceeds the cost, delivered by FedEx. You can start right away. Start at any level, from bronze to VIP and upgrade. All right, you can actually get a free upgrade. I'll show you how to do that in a second. And you can pay with bankwire, credit card, debit card, or Bitcoin. So you can see there's something for every single budget, from 125 euros right up to 8,300 euros. So something for every single budget. It doesn't matter what your budget is. Now there's 5 simple steps to get started. We've made this so easy. Again, all you have to do is order your marketing package if you want one of them. You don't have to. You can start off for free, but if you want to get started quickly, I recommend buy one of the marketing packages, any one at all. Next one is step 2, upload your KYC. All right, that's know your customer. Again, it's a copy of your driving license or passport. Then order your MasterCard, because you're going to start earning money, so you need to get paid. It takes a couple of weeks for these to arrive, so order that right away. Then set up your automatic save gold saving. The minimum you can save per month is €50 per month. So even if you start off on the minimum, do that. You can always change it to 60, 70, 80. You can start off saving 1 gram of gold. You can set up the saving account to save 5 grams or 2.5 grams. It's completely flexible. There's no commitment on it. The important thing, please remember this, the important thing is that you're saving yourself. Never ask someone else to do something you're not prepared to do yourself. Even if you're only saving €50 a month, do not miss out step 4. Please make sure you do that. Then step 5, then we have Karatbars Academy, which is just turning into the Karat Fast Track now. And there it shows you where your referral links are, so you can click that, you can get your referral links, you can get your replicated web page, and you get off to a fast start. Now we do have a Karat Fast Track. This is just to focus people for 5 weeks. It's not any more important than that. It's not mandatory. It's just something the company has created to help people focus for the first 5 weeks of their Karatbars career. Basically, if you complete your 5 steps, if you introduce 5 partners at the same level as you or higher in 5 weeks, then you get a free upgrade to the next package. So let's say, for example, you start off on the bronze package. You talk to 5 people, 1 person a week, basically is all it is. After that 5 weeks, then you get a free upgrade to the silver package. That's fantastic. That's a great way to give people a little bit of a bonus and give them something for free whenever they start as well. But the important thing is that people focus for 5 weeks. Just to give you an example, complete your 5 steps. You buy a gold package for €987. You show someone this video or this presentation next week. And then over the next 5 weeks, let's say you invite 10 people every week to watch the video, and 1 person starts the same as you every week. People tend to copy their sponsor. Let's say 5 people join at gold in the next 5 weeks. You'd earn €740 because you've helped us find 5 business partners. That's just a direct one-off commission. We then give you the free upgrade to VIP, which is worth over €1,000 as well. But the best news about all this is you've now got into habits as a good business partner. You've now started talking to people, and you've got 5 business partners who are going to go out there and bring in customers as well. And you will earn a little bit, and you earn a little bit in your entire organization, whether that's through units or through bonuses and different things. But you can learn more about this whenever you get registered, because the whole marketing plan is in there in the back office. But this is just keeping it simple for you so you can get started quickly. Now, the power of leverage is if you just help 5 people who help 5 more people. Remember, in Karatbars, there's no subscriptions, no fees, no targets, so you're under no pressure. I don't have to do any sales this week to get paid. I'll always get paid on my commissions regardless of whether I do anything or not. That's the great thing about this company. If you help 5 people and from week 5 to 10, those 5 help another 5 get started, you're on 25. Over the period of 6 months, you're looking at around about 3,906 people in your entire organization. Isn't that a nice business to have helped over 3,900 people become gold savers in just 6 months? Now, if those people, let's imagine they're just saving the minimum, or they're saving €50, which is the minimum you can do on your credit card or debit card, and they're saving €50 per week. Your business would be turning over €781,000 per month. Now just think about that for a second. Imagine in 6 months turning over a business. You've only personally referred 5 people to Karatbars International. That's 5, okay, not 4, 5. Those 5 people have duplicated like that. 3,906 people saving €50 a week. As your business is notching up over €750,000 in turnover. And Karatbars pay up to 6% commission on gold alone. All right, and there are other ways to earn, but on gold alone, Karatbars pay up to 6%. Now, let's say, for example, if you're watching this and you're thinking, I'm not into building teams, I just want to get my own customers, I'm not interested in business partners, I'm just going to go out there and I'm going to help people save. Let's take a look at an example for that. If you go out over the next 12 months or whatever, and you help 200 people start saving again, €50 a week, then over 4 weeks, your business will be turning over €40,000. Every 4 weeks then, or every month, you'll be earning €1,400 per month. And that's just with 200 customers. I know people who have car washes and they wash 300 cars a week, and they have to keep washing 300 cars every week to earn their income. And they're probably not taking home €1,400. This is the great thing about a passive income. It's the great thing about setting up these 200 customers, but you don't have to stop at 200. Let's say you kept going and you've helped 1,000 people start saving 1 gram of gold, so 1 Karatbar a week. That's all we're doing. It's not a lot. 1 Karatbar, and again, they're changing divine currency into gold. That works out at 200,000 euros a month your business will be turning over. Just think about this, 7,000 euros a month. Now, would 7,000 euros a month make a big difference to your life? I now have a bigger organization than this, and I make more than this every single month. But again, you can build this organization as big as you want. You can have 100,000 customers. You can have 1 million customers in your Karatbars business. There's nothing stopping you going out there and doing that. That's entirely up to yourself. You get 3.5% commission on if your turnover for your team is over 18,000 euros in the month. So that's how I've worked that out. And that's the minimum that you learn. That's if none of those customers become business partners. That's just customers. All right. There are way more ways to earn than that, though. You've got double income, first 5 weeks. You've got direct commission, which I talked about there, with generation bonuses, Karatbars Pool, Karatbars Gold funds. We have package bonuses. There's dual team bonuses as well if you buy a package. There's the premium pool and the premium professional pool. On top of all that, we've got fantastic incentives. You can see there on the bottom right, we're going to Las Vegas in January. That incentive is on right now. So if you start as a business partner today, you've got until the end of October to win the trip to Las Vegas. There are a load of cars on the incentive as well. If you hit the incentive, if you hit the right amount of points and you've done the right amount of sales, then you can go and pick up the keys of a Mercedes whenever you're there. And this is not a hire purchase thing. This is the keys of the car and you own the entire car. Last year, I won a trip to Beverly Hills, all expenses paid for 7 days, myself and my wife. 9 days it was actually in total. This year I've been to the Caribbean. Emma was pregnant, she couldn't go. So again, I had 7 days in the Caribbean, flights paid for, food paid for, everything. 2 weeks ago, you can see the picture in the bottom there. We're taken to Germany, again, 5 days in Germany, helicopter trips, Michelin restaurants. All this is just because I help people save in gold. And remember, 4 years ago, I started with absolutely nothing. I started with from complete zero. And now I'm getting these paid holidays. Now I'm making a massive income every single month, a passive residual income, simply because I went out there in the beginning and I told some people about this presentation. That's all you have to do as a business partner. Get people to watch this presentation, let it do the work. We don't sell anything to people, we just show them this video. We also give you free support, so if you're not a salesperson, if you've never done sales before, that's fine. You have a global support desk open 7 days, WhatsApp, Skype, email, Viber, and telephone. We have online sales training. We do offline sales training because prior to my online career, I had many years in offline sales, business to business sales, so we can train you on that. We have weekly newsletters we send out every single Monday telling you about the latest products. 3-way calls as well. Then mentoring, motivation, coaching skills, skills development. That's the main thing we do at Karatbars. The business is simple. All we have to do is ask people to watch the presentation, help them register, complete the 5 steps. That's the business. The difficult thing is keeping yourself motivated to do that. And as salespeople, people don't like rejection, various different things. So motivation, daily sales calls. We have Facebook groups and everything as well. And we give you all that training for free. And this is available to everyone within the organization. You'll find if you do start as a business partner today, we're a great family of people. Everybody helps everybody else out. If somebody from another organization or another Karatbars team in America called me up today and wanted some help, then I'm quite happy to help them, and they would do the same for me as well. It's a great family environment to be in. So if you want to start earning today, all you have to do is get back to your sponsor, complete the 5 steps, okay, and again, order whatever marketing package you can afford to start with. Remember then about your fast track. Invite everyone you know to watch this presentation next week. Now pay very careful attention to the word everyone. My organization is over 12,000 people. I have 18-year-old students, pensioners, millionaires, business owners. I cannot tell you to go and search for one particular demographic. Don't send out emails and post links because remember 99% of the population don't have any gold, okay? So they don't understand it. You have to get them to watch the full presentation. Otherwise, they'll still think that this is money, okay? They'll still think that gold is something they can't afford. They won't know what to do with it or any of that. So you need to ask people to watch the presentation. If you stick to that, you'll have a very successful business. Some people will register who watch the presentation, some won't. That's absolutely fine. It's not for everybody. You will be paid for any sales that come in next Friday and paid every Friday then after that, and for any sales that you create, and you can build a passive residual income over the next 6 months. And you can be then like myself. I'm just here in the office now. I haven't recruited. I haven't gone out looking for a business partner, a customer now for probably 2 years. Because I built my business up at the start and I just maintain my business now and make sure my customers are happy now, and I help my business partners build their businesses. And that's the great thing about this. Work hard at the start for 6 months, and then you can live in that for the rest of the time that you're with the company as well. So it is enjoyable. It's a great company to be with. You can make as much money as you want. It's entirely up to yourself. It's very, very simple and easy to get started as well. So thanks very much for watching. Thanks for staying with me there. If we've got any questions now, I'll just go to the floor. We've got lots of people on here, which is great. Anybody got any questions for me, or have we covered everything there tonight? I think Dennis is typing, is he? Thanks, Dennis. On top of that as well as the live presentations and as well as these webinar recordings, whenever you start with Karatbars, there are lots of different presentations you can use. If you want to do your own live presentations, then simply get your marketing package, get some products, invite some people around to your home, and simply play the presentation on the TV. That's how a lot of people start the business. That's how you build up your confidence then. And if you want to move into bigger rooms and bigger groups of people, surely you can do that as well. Whenever I started in Karatbars, I had never done an online presentation before, and I had never spoken to big roomfuls of people, anything like that. But I just learned these things as I went along. So it doesn't matter what your starting point is. It doesn't matter if you're an experienced networker, you can hit the ground running, that's fine. Or if you're brand new to sales and this is something you've thought about doing, but you just wanted a safe way to do it, and Karatbars is that safe way to do it. What's the commission if the group saves less than? Well, if the turnover was less than 18,000 in the month, it would go from 3.5 down to 5. In the marketing plan in the back office, if you go to the download section in the marketing plan, you're looking at you start off at 0.5%, and then it goes to 1%, to 2, 2.5, 3, 3.5. For the purposes of the example, I've just done the example at 3.5% and 18,000. All right, but you can get right up to 6% as well, depending on. Customers some customers become affiliates, and those customers start bringing in other customers, so you can build it up to 6%. But if you go to the download section, go to English where it says there, go to the marketing plan and read your entire marketing plan. This is why I said in the beginning, this is a business. All right, we are a business. We're not a scheme or something. And if you start with Karatbars International, all the information you need is in the website. This is just an overview. Everything you need to be successful is in the website. If you read your marketing plan and you learn it, then you become more confident because you know your business. Whenever I started with the company, to give you an idea, I went through every single tab. I learned what was behind every single tab. I learned every single product. I learned all the prices. I got my fiance at the time to ask me the prices of things, so I knew them off the top of my tongue. It's like whenever I started working in supermarkets when I was 16. Our first job when I started in the supermarket was to go to all the aisles and learn where the beans were, where was the bread, where were the eggs, how much is the fish. This is exactly the same thing. So if you're if you're opening a shop, you'd know the prices of your products, you'd know where they were. It's exactly the same thing with Karatbars. Get in there, go through all your products, learn them, learn the prices, build up your own confidence so when you're talking to someone, these things come off the tip of your tongue. Obviously, we want them to watch the presentation first, but it's good if you've got that knowledge as well. Dennis, can I ask, Karatbars offer gold in place of the main incentive prize, which is main? Yes. Karatbars are offering, some people can't go in the incentive prizes, or maybe they can't go to Las Vegas in January through work commitments. But if you do hit those incentive ranks, then you can earn those commissions in gold as well, yes. Edward, yes. Yes, there are some announcements coming from head office. Yes, we're just waiting on the last details of those, but you'll see them in the ticker tape. You didn't hear about them. We're just waiting on the final details on those. There's some fantastic announcements coming that's going to make a lot of people very, very happy. Karatbars are always working hard behind the scenes to bring us new promotions, to bring us new things to work for, and there's a great new promotion coming over the next week, so it'll be live before I speak to you next Wednesday. And there's also another bit of news. Again, I'm just waiting on the last little details of that, but it's really, really good. So if you haven't registered yet, get registered. Keep an eye on the ticker tape in the back office, and of course, make sure, if you are going to build this business, if you're brand new, make sure you invite 10, 20, 30, 50 people to come to this webinar next week. I was talking about this today with some of my business partners. If you invite 10 people, 9 people might not turn up. That's just normal life, okay? If I always say if 100 people come into a shoe shop, then you probably sell 5 pairs of shoes, 10 pairs of shoes, 90 people don't buy. That's just normal life, and online sales is no different. If you invite 10 people to watch the video, then maybe 1 person or 2 people out of those 10 might watch it. All right, so you need to up the numbers. You need to ask more people if you want to increase the amount of interaction, if you want to increase the amount of sales. Never get disappointed if people don't buy or if people aren't interested. It's absolutely fine. It's just they're saying no today. It might not be a no next week. To give an example, when I started in Karatbars in 2013, we only had 2 partners. I explained this earlier. But I kept registering customers. People kept registering, and they didn't buy anything. Then we brought out this Real Madrid card. Okay, so this is Real Madrid, a very famous football club in Europe. Whenever we announced the Real Madrid card, that gave a boost to my customers because they thought, what a fantastic partnership, and give them more faith in business. And some of those people then started buying based on us working with this organization. And again, we have product. Someone might register today, and we might not have a product that suits them today, but maybe next week we will. The important thing is that you ask people to watch the presentation. It's important that everyone registers so that they can keep up to date with the company as it grows as well. Yes, how long does it normally take to get the marketing package delivered? Marketing packages run around about 2 weeks. Depending on when you've purchased, if you purchased maybe on a Thursday or Friday, it would be 2 weeks from the following week, if you like. If it's any later than 2 weeks, always send me an email or send the office an email. Send an email to delivery@karatbars.com. All right, if it goes beyond 2 weeks, delivery@karatbars.com, and just say to them, look, I ordered more than 2 weeks ago. Can you just check? Sometimes FedEx haven't delivered the package, or sometimes different things happen. It might have been returned to head office for some reason. If it was returned, they'll send it back out to you. But always 2 weeks. Like I've never seen packages go beyond 3 weeks, but it's always that around about that second week. I've had ones in the UK delivered within a week, but generally it's 2 weeks. All right. That's great, guys. I'm going to finish up there. We'll get this uploaded to all our replicated pages tonight. This video will be available on YouTube tomorrow as a recording. I record this every single week, so it's available for people who can't make it. There are all the presentations available within the company as well. But whenever you register, if you go into your back office, you can see a list of those under the calendar, which is there in the back office. So thanks very much, guys. Thanks for joining me. Again, let's see you next week. Bring as many people as you can. Spend the next 7 days now filling, getting bums and seats, and let's get people saving. Let's teach people about gold. That's what we're here for. Well, we want to teach people that this is devaluing currency. All right. We want to teach people that now gold is available to them. That's my mission. My mission is to grow my organization to over 100,000 gold savers, and I'm not going to stop till I do that. And that's really what we're all about at Karatbars International. And of course, you can make a fantastic income along the way as well. So thanks very much, guys, and I'll talk to you all again next week.